Hi there Poke fans, I am your humble host fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. As you see, today we are going to face the champion, but first off we are just healing up all of our team and seeing what else we can do. Maybe we are going to switch around the Pokemon a little bit, and you're not going to believe who the champion actually is. Well, actually you will believe who it is because this is a really old game and I'll be surprised if no one has ever played this game before. So I think I'm going to switch out Kingdra for maybe Swampert because of the steel weakness. That is not Swampert. Anyway, let's see how things go. Maybe at the time I was playing this game I knew something I don't know at this current moment, as of recording this voice recording. It looks like I switched out Kingdra for Ludicolo. Maybe there's a good reason for it, but as you can see, the champion is Steven. Since he is the champion and he is as strong as he is over here, I don't know why he needed our help earlier on with Latias and Latios. Maybe he was just coaching us because he is tired of being the champion and he wants to be free of this responsibility. So in effect he is not actually fighting to win, he's fighting to be replaced. Let's see if that is the case. The difficulty of this specific battle will be a good indication of that. Because the first up is Skarmory. That might be a good reason why I changed into Ludicolo, because Focus Blast. Okay, I did not change into Ludicolo, I changed into Kyogre. That is also a good reason to have changed into Kyogre because of the Thunder. That ought to take care of Skarmory quite effectively, since Skarmory is half flying type, but the bloody thing is sturdy. Luckily I paralyzed it. And now that is what I did not want it to do. I did not want it to throw around some spikes. So there's a full restore. Luckily we get rid of one of the full restores, and if we are more lucky we will get rid of another full restore, thereby making the battle a little bit easier. To another Thunder, because I'm predicting another full restore and my prediction is wrong. So this AI is quite smart. He knows that I'm trying to bait out all of his full restores, so he saved that full restore for a different Pokemon. Okay, so who will be a good fit for this specific battle? If I remember correctly, the next Pokemon is a rock grass type, like this. Ice Beam might work, but that is only affecting the rock type. Okay, it does, not the rock type, the grass type. Origin Pulse might have also worked as well, but that would have taken consideration of the rock typing. Crodon wants to learn Guillotine. Okay, I think Aerial Ace is not very effective for Crodon because of Crodon's base speed. So assuming I can survive an attack, Guillotine might be quite useful, assuming I actually hit the attack. That's a lot of assumptions built into that decision, but Guillotine in and of itself is a good attack. The only caveat that is necessary to make it work is that Crodon needs to be on a higher level than the opponent is, predominantly because of the fact that the rules have changed of the game, and Guillotine becomes 100% effective. All of those 1-hit KO moves is 100% accurate if you're on a higher level. and it is 0% accurate if you're on a lower level. I think I liked it better in the previous way, but it doesn't really matter all that much. And if you saw, we just spent another one of Steven's full restores. And this time we get rid of Agron. Steven is actually quite intelligent here, or smart, in that he now had two Pokemon. First it was Skarmory and now it was Agron, both of whom had Sturdy. So I couldn't take it out in a single attack. Okay. Hurricane. What am I... Hurricane is quite powerful, but it's not very accurate. Okay. I switched out Ice Beam for Hurricane, predominantly because I don't foresee Ice Beam being very useful in this battle to come. Now here comes the difficult part. I don't think I'm going to win this specific battle, but I'm going to try my darndest. Claydol is probably going to outspeed me, so that is that, but I'm going to try Crunch, because Claydol is a ground and a psychic type. Okay, I'm not using Crunch, I'm using a Crab Hammer. And that does a one-hit KO. I am quite impressed. It did a silly non-attacking move, but it did increase the defense of the rest of his team. So that is that. Next up is Armaldo. Now for Armaldo, I need to get Crawdont out of here, because Armaldo is a rock and a bug type. The bug is strong against dark types. Okay, let's see if this Hurricane actually does anything. At least it confused Armaldo. I wish it took it out completely, but that is that. Okay, Rock Blast is bad for us, because we are a flying type. Rock Blast is probably going to take out Pelipper. Yep. If it was only a 3-hit, then I may have survived that. But since it was a 4-hit Rock Blast, I am done for. Okay, Ludicolo, let's see if you can do anything. Now I can either go with the Ice type attack or a Fighting type attack. A Grass type attack might also do. I'm going for an Ice Beam. I don't know if that is the best attack I could have used, but let's see what happens. The confusion finally worked in my favor and took out that Armaldo by it hitting itself. But as you saw, Ice Beam was not the best attack. I should have gone for Focus Blast. Granted, Focus Blast may have missed, but that is that. Okay, now we are going to go Mega Evolution versus Mega Evolution. And I'm going to try and get rid of this Metagross as quickly as possible. But as you see, I am already less than half health. I am literally less than half health. And that Metagross is on full health. So I don't know if this superpower will actually do anything. Odds are we are going to be taken out in a single attack. But as things are, for the first attack we both had our base attacks or speeds as it was before the Mega Evolution. The second attack will be with the new stats. Luckily Metagross does a Giga Impact. Unfortunately that takes me out, but that gives me a free turn in which to attack this Metagross. Okay, so who am I going to do next? This is kind of a difficult situation. I think Ludicolo is probably the best with the Focus Blast. Now if the Focus Blast actually hits, then that is game over for... but we miss. Why the hell do you bloody well miss? So that takes out Ludicolo in a single attack. For crying out loud. Luckily we get another free attack, but I'm going for Crunch. And I'm really happy about that. Now I've Mega Metagross was at full health. I may have gone for Guillotine because of the... Okay, no I wouldn't have, because Metagross is at a higher level. Anyway, as you see, we have managed to defeat Steven over here. That means we are the new champions. My girlfriend comes over to congratulate me on becoming the new champion, and she's a whole lot more in love with me because I am the bad boy now. Okay, Professor Birch, her dad, is also coming over, and he thinks he's asking me if I am interested in marrying his daughter. I think that's a very interesting proposal, but we still have about approximately 10 years to grow before we can make that decision. At least 10 years. Let's go to the Champions Chamber. And luckily none of the spectators are allowed to come in. Sorry my dear, my love, but you'll have to wait out here while I go with Steven to be registered as the new Owen champion. I think it's Owen. Now for those of you who are wondering, in this part of the game there's no game controls necessary to do anything. All of this is done automatically. The only thing I'm doing is pressing A to get through the dialogue. So as always, you are allowed to press pause whenever the dialogue comes up if you want to read the dialogue. And this is the winning team. Let's have a nice look at them. Hall of Fame. Kyogre, the legendary Pokemon, level 54. Crawdaunt, who at the end actually did something useful. Ludicolo. Pelipper. Marshtomp. Not Marshtomp, Swampert. And Kingdra, who didn't actually do very much in the final battle. And this is the team. We are the champions. Now this would be a good place for the theme song of We Are the Champions to play. But I don't actually want to overwrite the Pokemon League theme song. Now let's take a look at all of these graphics as we come out. May, what are you doing? You look sad, or is that contentment? Yeah, I am back. Now we can go on our date. Where do you want to go for our date? Okay, so I did read that a little bit. Huh. Why is this taking so long? Anyway. Now as we fade out and the end credits start, I have a tradition that I have done in the previous couple of series. So as we ride our bike here over now, let me go over what team I would have selected if this was a only starters team. In other words, only starter Pokemon are allowed. So I would have still had Swampert as one of my starters because of its water ground typing. Next up, I would have had Empoleon as the next starter because of its water steel typing. It gives me a bit more options. Then third, it was quite a difficult decision to make, but in the end I decided to go with Greninja and not the Hisuian whatever his name is. I'll put the image up on the screen. Yeah, because of the dark typing, and Greninja is easier to get to than the other Pokemon. The next Pokemon I would like to include in my starters only team is Primarina because of its fairy typing. Fairy is turning out to be quite a strong Pokemon. Then the next starter is Inteleon, obviously. It is the only pure water type I'm including in this lineup, and it is primarily because of its high speed and high special attack. Any special attack you give it combined with its high speed will ensure that most Pokemon are taken out in a single attack. Of course, if they survive an attack back, Inteleon is as good as gone. And then the last Pokemon is Quaquaval, the new Pokemon, that water fighting type. Quaquaval, I think that's how you pronounce it. So that is it for the starters. Now for the legendary only Pokemon, I'm going to start with a Suicune. Now Suicune is not really a very powerful Pokemon, but and it will definitely need to have Ice Beam as one of its main attacks. It does have a decent special attack. The next legendary Pokemon will be Kyogre, as it was in this game, because it can very effectively use Thunder. And then the next legendary Pokemon I would like to include in my legendaries only Pokemon team is Palkia. Obviously because of its dragon typing, and Palkia is quite a powerful Pokemon. Now the next one would have been contentious if it wasn't for the base stats, but the next Pokemon I'm including, the legendary Pokemon, is Keldeo. It is a water fighting type. The next one is Volcarona. I think I did include Volcarona in my fire type as well, but it is such a good combination, water and fire. I think it's an awesome Pokemon to have. And then for the last Pokemon, I would like to include Tapu Fini, which is once again a water and fairy type. As of this moment, there aren't any other legendary Pokemon combinations. All of the other water types are pure water, and I would like to have some double typing for some coverage. So that is that for now. And let's see how this goes out. So if this voiceover sounds differently, it is because it is a different voiceover. That is because this is technically an interlude, and this interlude is done because I had forgotten one category of Pokemon teams, and that is the best possible water Pokemon team that does not include a legendary or a mystical. So let's start with that. So also in this case, Swampert will be my starter. I have checked the stats, and of all the starters of the water type, it has the highest base stats, and it does have a double typing that is beneficial to us. So that is the starter. Then and all the Nuzloggers will be very happy about the next choice, but the next possible best choice would be a Gyarados, especially if this Gyarados happens to have Intimidate. There is no Pokemon that is better than Gyarados, especially if you manage to get a Gyarados that can Mega Evolve. You will have to decide whether you want a Mega Evolving Gyarados or a Mega Evolving Swampert. So that is up to you. Then its long lost brother or sister that happened to come in a few generations later, Milotic is number 3 on this list. It is a pure water type, but it has so much bulk that I can't see why it cannot be included in this list. Plus, it has such a vast move pool that there is no way I can exclude it. The next Pokemon that I would like to include on this specific list is Lapras. Now you can have a Lapras that can Gigantamax and whatever advantage that gives you, but Lapras is the best water ice type I can think of. Then the next Pokemon that I would like to include in this spot is Tentacruel. Tentacruel is such a bulky Pokemon, so powerful, and it is a poison type. It is a perfect solution to deal with the upcoming Fairy type. Actually not upcoming, the Fairy type, which is currently one of the best types there are. And then the last Pokemon on this list is Golisopod. For no other reason than that you need a Pokemon to deal with Psychics and Dark types and whatever else a Bug type Pokemon can deal with. Anyway, that is the end of this interlude. I hope you enjoyed this, and on to the final scene of this playthrough and the May battle that is to follow. So now we get to the last scene of this game. We are now on our date with May, and she is reminiscing about how things have started. And as you can predict, we are going to have our final battle over here. Obviously I am going to win because I am the champion, but let's have May do a little thing, and then when we are done over here, me and May is going to go smooch, and you guys are going to go watch another Pokemon game. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you can predict what the next specialization is going to be. I'm not going to tell you immediately. I'll obviously, if you watch this a bit later, you'll see in the end credit screen who the next episode is, or what game I'm going to play it in, obviously. But you won't immediately see what I'm specializing in. Now I have a very good idea of who that's going to be. This Swallow did quite an interesting amount of damage. I'm quite happy that Kyogre was up front. But anyway, so as I was saying, please put a comment in the comment section below to indicate what you believe will be the next specialization. Now all of these specializations that I do, okay, this is the clue for you. You could extrapolate from the very first series of Pokemon, like Red and Blue and Yellow, or even their remakes. You can extrapolate what the next series is going to be about. So please consider leaving a comment in the comment section below, because that does help the algorithm, and it might help me gain more viewership, and more importantly some subscribers, which would help me to get paid essentially, and make this a full-time job, or at least a job. For now it is just fun. Okay, Crabhammer ought to do, and luckily for us Crawdaunt is much quicker than Magcargo. Garelord is next. I think Ludicolo will be quite nice, good over here. You could also criticize me in the comment section below as to my choices that I made. It may have been bad choices that I made, or you may also compliment me if you thought the choices I made were brilliant. And as a person with a low self-esteem, I very much like compliments. Rain Dish is helping me quite a lot. though the Giga Drain is also helping quite a lot. That takes care of Warlord. Okay, who's next? Sapphire. I think Pelipper is the best option to use against Sapphire. Now Sapphire, if it Mega Evolves, will probably outspeed Pelipper. But I'm hoping that I outspeed, and I'm hoping that Hurricane does quite a big number on Sapphire. Now that Sapphire is a Dragon type, if I survive, Hurricane might do something, but this is the only place where I regretted changing Hurricane for Ice Beam, because Ice Beam would have been super effective against this Sapphire or Mega Sapphire. So we'll use Fly. Oh come on, why the hell am I missing all the time? What the crap is going on over here? Is this programmed into the game specifically so that I can lose this final bloody battle? Come on. Pelipper, open your bloody eyes. Okay, that didn't do all that much. Come on now, get going and just do the bloody attack. Okay, and that takes out Sapphire in a single attack. I had to use a bloody potion just to save face over here. Luckily, she doesn't take that as a cheating move, although I think it's a cheating move. But that's that. Okay, so now we're on our date. Now we're walking in slow-mo for the camera that's up in the sky, the drone camera, just to get this beautiful view that you're seeing over here. And as you can see, May is the one that is controlling this drone, because she's the one looking up into the sky. Oh, look, a shooting star. A couple of shooting stars. I wonder what May is wishing for. I am wishing to get into a new battle, a new region, and become the new Pokemon champion of that region. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.